Hello there, welcome to JonnyBuilds. I am your host, of course, Johnny, and here we are. We have done 5 bags for R2-D2, and as you can see, R2 is stuck laying down because he's missing 2 feet, so he can't stand up on his own as it is right now. We got the internals were done first, we got the middle leg apparatus all done, and did the legs, the side legs and these 2 side pieces last week. So this week, definitely going to get at least the 2 feet done. It looks like from the instructions, that's what bag 6 is. We'll probably get to bag 7. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know whether that's any front stuff, back. I don't know. I haven't looked ahead on this, so not quite sure where we're going with it. So we're going to get started. Yeah, excuse me. Little internal, not eternal, little internal belch there. So sorry about that. All right, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we are off. So bag 6 is what we're looking for. I see it right here, and I think there's a second bag 6. Yep, there's a small parts bag 6. 7 and 8 are down there, so we are done with that. So here we go. So I'm going to slide R2 a little bit out of the way, move the instructions down a little bit, because we're going to have quite a few pieces for this, it looks like. Some neat little, oh geez, lots of bags for this. Oh man. Alright. So, never ever throw your bags away till you're done with that particular part, because you never know when you might need something. This actually is quite a few pieces. I'm going to have to shift him over even further so I have enough room. Give Darth Vader's head a bump. Okay, slide these there. This is bag number 3 for bag number 6. Ooh, that piece went flying. Incidentally, at the end of doing bag number 5 last week, had a little bit of an issue because there was a piece that went pew, flying, and turned out that I actually had a spare from one of the earlier parts of the build, one of the earlier bags. It was just an extra piece because LEGO likes to give extras, which I am completely good with. So it was one of these little circular things. That's a 1x1, and I got both of them on both legs. So that was not as big an issue as I thought it might be. So I am glad about that. So as I'm building, you can see there is the poll that I have not posted actually yet on Facebook or anything else, but I do need to do that so I can start tallying what I'm going to do next, because there's a lot of prep work that goes into this stuff. I'm starting to find out there's more and more as I do these things, which I have no problem with. It's just kind of funny how much goes into it. Not funny, haha, but funny, funny weird. Alright, all these little 1x1 pieces are just, I'm so not a fan of them because they just take time to do every single one. They have to be lined up nicely, or it'll look goofy whenever it's all together. So you have to make sure things are proper. And yeah, not my favorite parts of doing these builds, but that's how R2 is designed. So Sometimes you have to suffer for your art, right? And I did that one upside down. There we go. Got to do 2 of those, so we'll put that aside. We'll do the next one. All these little pieces. Let's do these middle ones so they're lined up first, and then we'll do the outside too. I think some of the reason why we get the why this is considered an 18 plus set is because of things like this. Okay, let's go there. Okay, so we don't fully enclose the foot. Doesn't look like. Lots of detail pieces. Okay. Hi to the chat. Anyone out there? Oh, and I gotta put this on there. And then gotta do the opposite one, of course. This out a little bit. I wouldn't call this a toe. It's just like a little. I don't know whether it's like a vent type piece or whatever. I mean, it's definitely an accent piece. These little grayish rounded things. All right, so let's cover this all up. Give it structure. Help it stay together. 2 of those and 2 of these. It's interesting how it's not full, like this is the full thing, this is not. It's just open. Don't know why that is. That is interesting. Alright. It's the other piece I need right now. Okay. Alright, so we gotta do 2 of these little apparatuses, so we'll put that down. Guessing this is allowing the foot to flex. Gotta do 2 of them. First one goes here. And there we go. One more of those, wherever it's hiding. I'm surprised that there's as many pieces that are in this bag as there is. There we go. Whee! To flip it over. Not the way it's supposed to be. Okay. Those don't go, so those are just gonna roll. Yeah, doesn't matter how they're oriented because they're just gonna keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay. Now we're starting to fill out some stuff to actually make it look like it is a R2 foot. Anything special here? Nope. It's just pieces going on. Nothing being put together, so to speak, like. And 2 more of these. And then 220. Alright, so we got a smooth piece here. And then these funny little arches are going here. And a green piece. Random green piece. Not the organization, just a green Lego piece. Maybe that's to designate the back or the front or something like that. They tend to do that sort of thing. Alright, so we need an 8x1. And I think we need another one to go here. Yes. Now we got another 6x1. Another 6x1. And then 2x4. Not the wood. An actual 2x4. Alright, now we're going to finish off this side of the foot. Whoops. Lost that. There we go. YouTube was yelling at me again, saying like, hey, it's not a good connection, but I don't know. It always says that, but everyone, anytime I ask, everyone says, no, it seems to be working. So I don't know what YouTube designates or considers to be not getting information, but apparently it's something. Alright. Alright, now we got a little build. So these two, not sure what this is for. Looks like it's a stopper of some kind. Anytime they do these pieces where it kind of sticks out just a little bit, it doesn't stick out a full, a full set of bricks, but just a half. It's usually a stopper of some kind to keep things from going too far. Which is cool that they do that. Optimus Prime had several of those, which was cool. Makes it more realistic whenever it stops where it's supposed to, and it just makes more sense overall for the model. Okay, little offsets here. Okay, two little headlight things. I need these, where are they? I need these first. Not quite headlights because they're not inset. These are slightly different. Okay, so now, well, that's interesting. Okay, so we're doing this. One of them has a thingy that moves. It goes on here. And the other one is just the armature for it, but it doesn't have the thingy in there. Kind of weird, but that's the way instructions are. Alright, now we're going to do a little apparatus, which looks like this is to connect the foot to the leg. Which makes sense, we need to do that. Okay. These are always hard to show on camera, really, because of the how small they are. Okay, same thing we just did, the first one for the top. Build that and then shove it through. It's a fun, not a fun thing necessarily, but that's something that we like to say at work, is shove it. When we're trying to deploy software, we shove it. Alright. Okay, and these little doohickeys go in the side. And this one here, and a gray one. Thought I said, yeah, gray one here. Alright, now these just goes and fit. So this is a weird looking apparatus. It's kind of interesting. But it's flexible, it moves. It moves and, oh no it doesn't. It's together? Oh no, it moves. Just enough. So, it moves slightly. Oh, I see. That's what the bumper is here for. Like, this can only go this way. It doesn't move the other way. That's what the bumper's for. Ah, I like that. Okay. So, 2 more of these. Hope the music's not too loud. And this. And 2x1s. Oop. Alright, we got that part done. I guess this goes down. Okay. And then they want us to flip it around. And then, smooth piece that goes here. Okay. It's kind of weird. I don't know why that's there like that, but that's the way it's supposed to be. Alright, flip it over. Put the sliders. On here. And then flip it back over. Oh, and then now we get to put a little doohickey on. Oh, I bet you this is where the little pipes connect or whatever. That's why they did this a little bit separately. Okay, so there that is. Now we're going to make another little part. So we'll leave that there. Flip it over. 6 of these. Definitely stuff is going to go on the sides here. Alright, another little piece together. Little armature and a 2x4. I should call them 4x2s, that way it doesn't sound confusing. Okay, there's that, and then 2 more. I love these smooth pieces. These ones that are curved like this. Really neat. See that? All nice and smooth. And rounded. So we're going to put this one on this side at the bottom. And then we're going to do another one, but not yet. We're going to put a little bit more spacing on here, it looks like. Now we're going to put this on, and another 2 of these rounded thingies on this side. And this is going to be funny looking, but that's where it goes. And then, so this is going to be connecting the other end of the pipes to R2. Is my guess. Down like that, and flip it over and put these 2 things in, and I see where they go on R2. I'm gonna go right here. Alright, didn't get those in there enough. Okay, and now I'll put the pipes on. Do the bottom one first. It's kind of the outside one, I guess. And this is the inner one. That looks... Let's see if we can tuck it in there. There we go. That looks so cool. That looks very much like R2 with those. Okay, so now we're gonna stick this through. I'm actually gonna flip him over, see if I can balance him a little bit. Okay, because it's going on this foot, so... This goes through here, all these rollers and stuff. Yep, okay. Stick them through, and this is interesting. Okay, so it goes through, I'm supposed to put this in the bottom. That's just a blue, so I guess the weight of it's supposed to keep it down there? That's kind of interesting. It's very loose. Okay, so I have this little blue thing there. I'm just double checking to make sure that's how it goes. Okay. Now, okay, so we finished the inside of the foot here. Let's put this down. Ugh. Everything's a little bit loose. Okay, so we're gonna finish off the foot part. 2 more of these things. Straighten them out a little bit so that they fit right. Put that in there. Is there anything? Nope. That's really kind of weird. How loose it is. There's got to be something more we do when we get the other foot on. Is my guess, because that's not enough to just hold it there. So I guess we'll find out. Now we gotta do the same exact thing for the other one. So away we go with some little pieces. Or not some, a lot of little pieces. This is one of my favorite music pieces. That's it's not long enough. I need to make it longer, but this is just a concept I came up with. I think it's pretty cool. Straightening that one out. Okay. Now we do this toughy part. More of these little things. That just a little bit if it'll twist. Don't know if it'll twist. Eh. Let me try this. There we go. Using a Lego piece helps make it turn the way you want it. Go. Same thing on the other side. Okay, let's stick that together. That was not what I was supposed to do yet. I gotta do the part of the inner part of the foot. So, alright. Do it. It's alright, it's on there. I mean, it has to go on there, and it's not affecting anything, so. One by ones, like I said, not the easiest. They're just such a pain because they kind of, when you put them on, they go where they want and then they're done, kind of. And so you gotta use some effort to get them to go the other way. nicely though. Okay, there we go. Now we get to finish supporting it all. Unless it just falls off like that. There we go. Some more 2x4s. Nope. Too much fun to call them 2x4s. I'm not going to call them 4x2s. Now our little flexi joint thingies. I'm not even sure what to call these. I mean, it's a little apparatus that gets created. They're just kind of rollers to allow the Technic shaft to go in between them. Interesting how they do this, but effective from what I can tell. Make sure I have the opening the right way, because I don't want to build this backwards. That would be bad. I have done that enough times in my life. Used to be some of the spaceships, I don't know about like other things like Town or whatever, but some of the spaceships that we had, like I remember two of them that I had, the FX Star Patroller and the Cosmic Fleet Voyager. Both of them had separating halves, which was a big thing, you know. I don't know why, but it was so cool, you know. And one of the things that they put on there was arrows to be like, oh, you know, like the arrow pointed, that hey, this was going to come off, you know, or it could come off. Problem was, when I was little, I thought the arrows were supposed to go the same way, and they did. Like the arrows all pointed the same way on the bricks. So if you put it on, one was on one side was facing that way, and then on the other side it was facing the opposite way, because it pulls off and goes back on. I thought it was supposed to face the same way, and I was like, my sets don't have the right arrows. And I mean, I never contacted Lego or anything. I just thought it was, because the instructions weren't, they didn't go to both sides necessarily to show you that it's opposite or it's different or whatever. They just didn't do that, and the instructions were just like, here you go. So I built those sets thinking that they were wrong, or I got the wrong pieces, but I was the one that was wrong, and that's okay. Another 2x4. And finish this part of the foot. Alright. Looking pretty good. This. And that. Another slant. We're getting these pieces cleaned up now. Alright, here's our spacer again. A little red spacer. Here. Fill in with this 1x1 or 1x4. It's a 4x1, 1x4, something like that. I don't know. Like I've been building Legos for a very long time, and as kids, my brothers and I, we would build Legos, and we would help each other out with sets, especially when we were rebuilding sets. Like they had been torn apart or whatever, then we'd get our instructions, be like, oh, I want to build this again. So whenever we would build sets together, we would communicate like I just said. So in other words, it was like, okay, and pieces were a lot simpler, so it was easier to do, so to speak. And we had a lot of pieces though, so it was helpful to have. I have two brothers, and so the brother who owned the set essentially was doing the building, and then the person, if it was one of us was there, then only one of us was looking for pieces. If we were both there, we were both looking for pieces. And so what we would do is we figured out a system for calling out pieces. So in other words, this is a white 2x6, 2 studs by 6, flat, because it's only one. Okay, it's a flat. Now, if we wanted something like this that has no studs, like this is a 1x6, a white 1x6 flat, because the studs are gone. Or we would have something like, I don't even know what we would call this piece. This would be a 2x4 curve. I don't know. This would be like a 1x4 Technic, dark gray Technic. This is a 2x1 headlight. So we had our own way. Now, I don't know, we didn't even have these pieces, these Technic pieces or whatever. And we didn't really do Technic sets all that much. So that was, we didn't really have a designation. We just had a designation for the regular pieces, and most of them were blocks or, stuff like that. They were very, I guess, simple back in the 80s, which is when we did most of our set building in early 90s. So we didn't have, they weren't as complicated as they can be now. So I would, some of them obviously, like my 2x4s, this is a white flat 2x4. Some of them, it would be hard to designate what it would be really. I mean, like, this would be like a brown 2x2 flat stud, because there's a stud, or I don't know, or not stud. That's a shaft. So I don't know. I don't even know what you would call it. We would definitely have to adjust what our call signs would be for a lot of the pieces. Alright, here we go. This goes in here. This is our little shaft doohickey. It goes in. And we cover this over. Well, not yet. Now the smooth, what are these? 1x6 flat flats? White 1x6 flat flats. Studs. That's a 2x1 flat. Just makes it easier when you have a ton of pieces. It really does. At least it did for us. So, right, last 1x6 flat. Flip it over. Flip it us. The smooth parts. Start doing the things for the pipes. Hopefully I don't lose any of these little 1x1 circles. That would make things difficult. I think I have an extra one here, I can see it, but rather not have to worry about that. That was worrisome enough whenever I had that happen last week. Two 2x6s. Incidentally, a 2x6 is also a piece of wood. Common wood piece. More flats. What are we looking at? We're looking a little bit over. A half hour. This is definitely taking up more time than I expected, but yeah, it's okay. I'm wondering if I'll have enough time to finish within an hour for number 7. We'll find out, won't we? Alright, so this and our little blue piece. And this for the pipe. Goes, flip it over. This is our brown 2x2 shaft thing. 90-degree shaft. I don't even know how you, again, I don't know how you would designate it. Okay, there that goes. Do the outside lower one first. And then this inner one goes up top here. That looks so cool. Alright. So yeah, I'm not sure how this stays together. So we do that. Put the blue piece through so it can't back out. And then we build this. Ooh, they're showing us some thingies to do on here. On the instructions. Let's see what we got. After we get this is the enclosure for the rest of the foot. That is bag 6 complete. So what they're showing is they're just showing how it works. So if we have him up, I understand now. So this makes it so he's sturdy, and so it is supposed to be flexible. So whenever you let's see, because it shows arrows here and shows arrows up. So no, that's not going to be how it works. That's going to be how it works. Okay. So I think that was. Oh, that's showing from the that's showing from the rear. Okay, that's why I was confused for a second there. So let's put him back. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's in there. So it's showing that and these should raise up. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And then you flip it around. Okay, so now we can sit him straight. It'll probably become a little bit easier to do this as we get the rest put together. That is kind of cool though, how that works. So these are supposed to come up because they fit in, and then so we'll sit him back in there. See how it kind of rocks in there so that it stays, and then his foot goes in. So I guess the whole thing would lift up. Aha! There we go. That's kind of how it's supposed to go. And then it moves forward like that. Okay. So we'll leave them like that. Alright, bag number 7. Let's see what we got. Alright, so what they're showing here is, okay, he's supposed to be back sitting. Okay, so let's do bag number 7. I don't think bag number 7 is going to be as big or as much, but we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, bag number 7 is not nearly as much piece-wise. Looks like it's just external stuff to put on the outside of the legs and everything to finish them up. So that's cool. I'm good with that. That'll be a good finish to the night. Ah, little pieces. No. Alright, so we're looking at the close-up. I guess it's supposed to be straight. We're supposed to put on these little doodads on the side. I'm gonna shove this stuff over a little bit so we can get R2 more into this. There we go. So I'm putting these little accent pieces on here. And these are actually lightsabers. But this goes on here. I just made it fall somewhere in the leg. I did. It is somewhere in the leg. I'm not sure where. Let's see if I... Oh, I felt it. There it went. There it is. Huh. Wonder how that happened. That is interesting. Okay, so that is not the right piece though, I don't think. Ah, okay. These are a little slightly different piece. Looks like a cone more. Okay, that's better. Right, so we're doing that on both sides. Another cone. And two more of these little accents. Now we got to do this, and little doohickeys here. Interesting that they do this as two separate pieces. Not sure why. That's interesting. Okay, so that goes on here. Okay, do the same thing on the opposite side, of course, because that is what we do with Legos a lot of times. Not always, most of the time. Put that one over here. Okay. Ooh, let's tighten those up. Okay. All right, we're doing 2 times, so we're gonna do 2 of these at a time. All right. So we got 1, 2 vents. Hard to see this blue. I love the color blue, this particular color of blue, but really hard to see. Move the instructions out of the way and have my 2 little blue vent thingies here. 1 by blue, dark blue, 1 by 6 flat flats. This looks like this is the main covering for the leg that's going to hide a lot of this stuff. Flip them over and put on 2 more. These are really odd pieces. They're 3x3s. It's very unusual for Lego to have these, but they've been way more prevalent the last few builds I've been doing. Optimus had several. They're just an unusual piece. Lego usually, or used to at least, like to do things even. You know, 2x4s, 2x1s, 2x2s. You know, that kind of thing. Not so much anymore. It just works better this way, I guess. I don't know. Okay, little armature sticking up, and 2x3s go down here. And 1x1s, they are the bane of my existence, I tell you. This little piece, we should definitely be able to get these done, these parts of the legs done for before our time is up. Okay, and 3 of these on each one. 1, 2. Oh, that looks really cool. I do love the detail Lego does. And 1 more. Alright, so these go on here, just so. So the question is, how far down? Just coming over top of that. Okay. Ah! I released the foot because this went backwards. There we go. Okay, those go on. Sweet. Alright, now we're going to cover around this area. We're going to do 2 of these, it looks like. Yep. It's interesting whenever LEGO does, because they're so angular for the most part. It's interesting whenever they do curved things like this, how they go about making things, especially like this, a full cylinder all the way around with all the extra things that stick out and things like that. It's really kind of neat. These are, I'm not sure why we're using these. They got a hole in them. There's a reason for it though, you know. Ah, that would be why. We're putting these little shafts together. Ooh, these are nice and stiff. They got a little end cap. My guess is you're not supposed to see. All of them have this little hole on the side. I don't know why they have that little thingy, but they do. So I don't want those visible, I don't think. It goes on sideways like this, so as long as I have, oh yeah, that should be good. I'll turn that one a little bit. And that one. There we go. That should hide it. We'll put this one on. It goes right there. It's more for show. There's not much structure to that. Alright. We'll do these ones. Okay. Turn that one just a little bit more so you don't see the, there we go, perfect. Alright, so now it's showing a thing. So we're supposed to put these lightsabers, oh, the whole thing. So this pole and a lightsaber. Is that right? Yeah. And it's supposed to, wait. I think I missed something. Oh yeah. So these are supposed to be on here, on these little hook things. Did not see that at all. Went too fast, of course. So these little lightsabers, is that the right way? No, this way. Kind of an upside down lightsaber. Goes in here. just a showpiece. Looks cool though. It is how R2 looks, and now we're gonna do a bridge kind of thing. Oh, we gotta do 2 of these. Okay. So, starting with those, this is to go around everything and kind of snap it all in place and lock it in. So, what are we at? 49.15. Nice. Okay. Nope. 1x2s. Go. Alright. 2 of these on each side. This is kind of neat. I can see how this is coming together. It looks pretty neat. Alright, so 2 of these on... Oh, no, sorry. Whoop, I forgot those, of course. Jumping ahead. Gotta do that on the other one. A little bit. I was confused because I was like, that looks too short. Now it makes sense. So let me take those off. Put these on. Okay, there we go. And these go in last. This will be interesting to put together, to put on. Careful. Alright, so this has to be straight so it can all lock in properly. I heard it lock. Let's do this one is last. Get ready to hit the chrono. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So we did that in 51 minutes, 24 seconds. We got both of those done. Look at that. That looks a lot more together. That looks more like R2's legs and everything. That looks pretty cool. Tilt it a little bit so you can see the detail and everything. That's pretty cool. And so whenever so we'll do this the proper way. So whenever we send him down or make him move, essentially lift him. Whoops, can't do that one. What the heck happened there? Ah! Oh, I messed up an inside piece. Where does that go? Uh-oh. I am gonna have to do some surgery. I pushed in too far and that thing fell out and I don't know where it goes. I'm gonna have to take off this side piece and see what happened. Whoops! Alright, so anyway, that is how it's supposed to go though. So it's supposed to be, I'm just demonstrating a little bit, but this lifts up and then boom. That's the way it's supposed to work. So when you aren't a clod like I am, then it'll work. And that fits right back up in. So I need to figure out where this spacer goes and fix it. Because that fell right off. And now this is all loose. I'll have to look at the other side and see. Oh, no, the other side's different. Pretty sure it goes in. Let's see. Doesn't really connect to anything, I don't think. I think it goes in this way, and there's a spacer. And it goes into... It's very similar to... Ah, okay, I figured it out. So, let's do this. See if I can if I can. Oop, shoot. Yeah, of course I pulled off another one, but that's okay. That one's supposed to be movable. Kinda. Because that goes up in there. Alright, let's see if we can do this. This is not part of the build, this is bonus. Obviously I don't want to bust anything, break anything, but this has to go in there. There we go. Okay, so those are both in now. And this one should go... Go in your home. That's what happened, because it is a little bit goofy. So this goes in this hole here. Flips out. That is really tight in there. Okay, can I pull that off just a little bit? Just so I can get this in. No. I need a way to be able to push from the back, so I'm going to play around with that. I'm going to say good night to everyone. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will see you next week. Have a good one. Keep on building.